Welcome to a world of thrills, a world of drama, of capes and tights, a world where death is a revolving door. Welcome to the Geek Matrix.
Welcome. It is DC Comics Review Show, episode 294, covering the week of May 13th, 2026, the Geek Matrix Pod. I'm me, and that is my luxurious co-host. He's there and there, depending on what view you're looking at. Rob.
Hi.
We've got six books that we're talking about in our main reviews, and this week we have 3 honorable mentions. First one being Supergirl 13, the next one being Bleeding Hearts number 4, and then the final being Barbara Gordon Breakout number 1. Now, we didn't get into the summary and all of that, but I do want to say something about this because I was very critical about Barbara Gordon going to jail in Matt Fraction's Batman. Matt's, stay the fuck away from Batman.
I thought you liked Matt Reeves' Batman.
Oh my God, Matt Reeves' Batman? Absolutely not.
No, I remember you saying like it's not perfect Batman, but it was enjoyable.
Oh no, I didn't like it at all.
Oh,
no,
shit.
I felt like it was Batman cosplaying in a Seven movie.
Sounds accurate.
Yeah, but this book, Barbara Gordon Breakout, it wasn't bad. It was actually a decent read.
Yeah.
I don't see the point of it.
No.
Bab's identity is blown. And
Right.
that shit isn't because of this book. This book exists to have Babs in action and people reading her while other things are fucking happening. But Bab's identity is fucking gone. Everybody knows it.
Well, I want to maybe put an asterisk on that because I don't know that they've connected that she's Batgirl because she was arrested as Oracle.
Well, right.
And nobody's put together that Batgirl and Oracle are the same person.
Nobody's put together that Batgirl and Oracle are the same person, but they do know that Oracle works with the Bat family.
Yeah.
There's more on that.
Yeah.
It doesn't track that no one is talking about her relation to Dick Grayson, which is like, who's Dick Grayson? He's not just Dick Grayson anymore. He's Dick Grayson of Bloodhaven and the Pennyworth Foundation, son of Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Everybody knows who the fuck Dick Grayson is. There's just no dots connecting here at all. Thank goodness, because one of their identities revealed is enough. I'm glad Babs isn't disappearing like Tim did. I mean, at least he gets book time.
Yeah.
It's not the issue that goes wrong here. It's pretty good for what it is, which is 20 plus pages of Babs in prison, and it looks great.
Yeah.
But there wasn't one flaw that I found with the issue itself. There wasn't anything that really stuck out to me as setup, which is what's got me saying this is just Babs spinning her wheels until something is supposed to happen.
Well, they kind of, it's a very, very minor setup. Like they had this whole discussion of her with Batman and I think Nightwing planning about her going into prison because
and Cass, yeah.
And Cass was there too, because there have been a number of murder attempts played off as suicides of people that were just political enemies of Vandal Savage, news reporters, people that did not need to be in there whatsoever, and they were killed within weeks of being put in the prison system. And because Vandal Savage basically made this whole prison happen overnight, and it's only been open for maybe 2 months, she needed to enter it and find out from within what the fuck is really going on. It's a very, very mild plot, and it's something that's been done before, but like you said, it was pretty good as a
mild plot aside. That's all right. You know what? If this was a Barbara Gordon Breakout story or whatever related to just that would be awesome.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's related to her being outed as Oracle and the rest of the Bat family being Well, at the end of it, at the very least, I guess, everybody was told to go dark, which means no suits. That's the Batman lingo. And then she revealed herself as Oracle.
Yeah.
And like, boom. How did they not connect Barbara Gordon, who's been seen with Dick Grayson of Bloodhaven in the Pennyworth Foundation, like, all of the time? How do they not connect those two and then connect that to Batman, or connect that to Bruce, and just like, how did the entire fucking identity thing not just blow up?
I would give
Mansion.
it some time, because relative to when she was arrested, it's only been like maybe 2 days, and so I would say give the conspiracy theorists in the DC universe and Gotham City a bit of time to like try and convince people once they connect the dots. I'm sure some people are going to connect some dots at some point. Might just be too soon.
But then to what end is it? I mean, who else has to lose their identities? And this is
yeah.
That's the thing. Main comics, but like, who else is going to lose their fucking identities? And what is the ultimate purpose of this? Are we trying to shrink down the Bat family? Do we think it's too fucking big? No,
I think Mariko Tamaki just had this interesting story that could kind of work with the continuity, and this was maybe the only way they came up with to make it happen. And it's really dumb. It really is dumb. She's like, "Hey, Matt, can you like write in Barbara going to prison for some reason?" Like, yeah, got you. And no, no, he didn't. He just made it more complicated.
Yeah.
Like Mariko Tamaki's plot isn't that bad. Like I agree with you, but again, the circumstances that Matt Fraction wrote it into is just silly.
Not good.
Yeah.
And it feels way too loose to have me believe that he knows exactly where it is that he's heading. But that was an honorable mention. Holy shit.
Yeah. I also want to
get me on a tangent about this shit right though, Domain, because I am just not happy with the Bat family, man.
Yeah, I get it. Well, on another note, let me shout out Supergirl, because I was able to read that this week. Actually, let me shout out my whole fucking pull list, because I injured myself at work a couple weeks ago. So I'm on modified duties at work, which means I've had a lot of reading time the last couple of days. I caught up to my pull list. I was maybe a month behind. Wow. I have finished it. I culled a couple of books that I realized I'm like, this just feels like a chore. So I cut out about 5, maybe 6 books. Bleeding Hearts, unfortunately, was one of them. I really did like the premise at the start, but it's kind of become a little stale for me. But Batgirl, not Batgirl, Supergirl. This week, I remember I said near the beginning of the run, like, there's something about this book, like, it's starting off very CW, very tame, very cute, but I have a feeling something bigger is going to happen down the line. There's going to be a point to all this. And I'm not quite saying that this is it, but I think it means we're getting closer. And some stuff happens this week that I find very interesting. Something that, if I remember right, has somewhat been done before, but this is a new style to it, if I understand correctly. So the possibilities here are very interesting and very wide, and I'm very excited to see what directions this book can go with Kara and her mythos, if you will. This story arc, I think, has been a major turning point for the book itself.
Oh yeah.
If I remember right, you stopped reading it, right?
I did. Does it still seem disconnected from the rest of the universe?
No. At this point, it's very much reinserted itself into continuity while still keeping the tone that it had, like with the art style and the character interactions. Like Connor Kent's popped in. They're talking about Clark going missing. They brought up a DCKO tournament a few times. Connor's tactile telekinesis is still power boosted from what happened in Superboy, the Man of Tomorrow. Is that what it was called? That book a few years ago.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's definitely like connecting to everything else now. It's not just telling its own story anymore, but still, it's kind of it's still following the story it's set up itself while taking beats from the rest of the world, right? So it's in its own, it's in the grander continuity for sure. And this is the first like real multi-part story, if I remember right. I think every issue so far has been like one-offs or like a 2-part story. We're on to part 3, going on to part 4 soon, and it doesn't look like it's slowing down anytime soon. There's probably going to be 5 or 6 parts of this story, so it's definitely a very big one for this book, and a lot more serious and a lot darker. Not super dark, not like,
is this
holy
is
shit
the
dark.
kickoff
It's just
to a new
darker to
arc,
other
or
stuff. No, this week was part 3, if I remember right.
all right?
Yeah, so I
pick it
think
up
what
from
issue
there.
is this? What issue is this?
13.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think issue 10 was like the last holiday issue, and then it's been going since then.
Okay, 11.
Maybe 10 wasn't a holiday issue, but it's yeah. But since issue 11, 12, 13 so far has been this arc, if I remember right.
Well, then I'll have to check it out, man.
And maybe at least, like, if you're gonna check it out, start reading after the holiday issues.
Gotcha.
Because the 3 holiday issues are back to back. The Christmas issue, if I remember right, there was a Valentine's issue as well. Because there was one issue that set up something with Leslie Lar that was important. It might have been the Valentine's issue, but that would have been issue 10, if I remember right. But you can skip the rest. The rest doesn't matter.
Holiday issues shouldn't matter either. I hate it when they do that. But I prefer it when annuals
it's in a book. Oh, when the annuals do a holiday issue?
No. I hate it when like extra issues, like holiday issues, tie into main books, because I feel like those should be skippable. But like, I feel like annuals should always be tied into the main story and an opportunity to give a bigger chunk of it at one time.
Yeah, I much prefer it like that. I was gonna say I don't necessarily feel the same way, because there's been some great annuals that are their own story, but at the same time I agree with you, because I do prefer it. I feel like there's more of a reason to buy this annual if it's connected to the story arc that's going on.
Exactly.
Right? If you're going to have an annual that's telling its own story, you better have a damn good catchable cover. Otherwise, you're only getting the people that just want to collect every issue.
Yep. It's wasted fucking ink.
Yeah.
Do it better. All right.
Yeah.
So past that,
right,
the rest of this week, at least for this show, we're going to be talking about Green Lantern Corps 16, Emperor Aquaman 17, The Fury of Firestorm 2, Action Comics 1098, Absolute Martian Manhunter 11, and Absolute Batman 20. I forgot the number. Oh shit, what was I going to say?
I don't know.
I don't remember. All right. Well, now, Rob, would you happen to have any news?
Oh, do I ever? There's been a whole bunch of casting rumors going around. Speaking of Matt Reeves, the Batman. Ooh. Ooh, we got graphics. Hello. So yeah, Matt Reeves, the Batman Part 2. Some casting rumors have been going around. Scarlett Johansson, Brian Tyree Henry, and Sebastian Stan have been rumored to have been cast. And another name that I'm forgetting off the top of my head. Who they've been cast as?
Patrick Warburton.
Fuck, I wish. He should be in everything. Even if it's just his voice. I love his voice. Who they're potentially playing has not been divulged, except today a lot of people were speculating, but Sebastian Stan's role potentially has been somewhat confirmed, at least as been reported by Deadline, which, as far as news sources go, has also been kind of hit or miss, unfortunately. A Deadline used to be something you
Deadline's like 70-30.
Yeah.
It's usually right, but verify it.
Exactly. So as Deadline reports, Sebastian Stan is playing Two-Face.
Oh,
Yeah. Now,
good choice.
there was another thread I saw that the day before, I think it was probably yesterday, Sebastian Stan would be playing Harvey Dent, where Scarlett Johansson is playing Gilda Dent, and Brian Tyree Henry was playing another. No, somebody else was playing another Dent. Brian Tyree Henry didn't have his list there. Yeah, the fourth name that I'm forgetting was like another Dent. Probably like I didn't recognize the name. Forgot to look it up. Probably like Harvey's brother or something. I doubted he ever had a brother, but they're probably just
no.
I don't fucking know who it was. I didn't recognize the name. It just had the last name Dent. Why don't I just look it up now? If I can see if I can find it. But yeah, so that is going around. Sebastian Stan in the Batman Part 2 potentially playing Two-Face, which is interesting. I really got to check out the Batman. I still haven't seen it. Still have not watched it at all. What else happened? Hang on. I know there was more. Okay, let me look that up later. Hold, please. Dennis Camp, the writer of Martian, Manhunter, The Ultimates, Sorted Crisis Events, and many others, and I'm going to call out some comic fans here, has stated that he has received more death threats in his short career so far as a comic book writer than his entire life as a left-wing radical activist who participated in protests in other countries, as per a post on whatever website, because I saw a screenshot of it on Reddit. I've yet to verify that, but I believe it at this point.
Graphic warning advisory.
Enough.
Somebody has insulted one of Robert's favorite creative characters and done so ignorantly. Please mute your speakers for the next 1 minute and 30 seconds. Thank you.
Josh has not entirely hit the nail on the head, but he's right in saying that Dennis Camp is one of my favorite writers right now. He's one of my favorite up and coming writers. Is some bullshit. I've seen a lot of nonsense on Twitter over the years, people attacking Tom Taylor for nonsense. Fucking people attacking, I can't even think of other people, but all sorts of writers have been attacked for stupid ass reasons, just for making a decision with a character that somebody didn't like. You know, like, we're gonna fucking death threat this person. Shut up, you whiny bitch. You don't like what he's doing at Ultimates? I'm sorry. That's too bad. You don't like what he's doing with Ultimate Endgame? I'm sorry. It's better than Ultimatum, and I'm an Ultimatum fan. All right, chill your shit. In the words of the Scottish, "Od your wisht." It's not worth fucking death threats. He's writing a story. Deal with it. You don't like it? Don't buy it. You have an issue with it? Complain about it online, but don't do fucking death threats. You don't need to tweet the guy and say you're fucking stupid and you're fucking things up. It doesn't matter. It's a book. Bitches. I think that's a minute, Josh.
Bitches indeed.
In other news, Marvel has a solicitation. I didn't look at all the Marvel solicits. This one kind of just came across my Reddit feed yesterday for a new What If one shot. This is what if Runaways didn't run away? What if they stayed home? And the cover kind of alludes that the 6 original teens, including Alex Wilder, kind of just stuck around with the Pride and became the Pride themselves later down the line. That I think this is going to be August solicitation, so probably look for it in August. I know I'm gonna be picking that up. I love the Runaways.
Yeah, that's a pretty damn good book. Cast of characters, I think, underutilized and underwritten, but
yeah.
This
Tell me about it.
Right? Like, what if the Runaways stayed at
over
home?
20 years now. Yeah.
This is interesting concept.
Very much so. Very much. I'm excited to see what they do with it. I do not have the creative team off hand. Like I said, I haven't actually looked at the solicitation yet. But I doubt it'll be the same creative team that was writing the ongoing recently. I say ongoing, but it was a mini. It was supposed to be an ongoing, for fuck's sake. Anyway, I'm so annoyed with Runaways. Speaking of Marvel, if you missed the news over the past week, they teased and then subsequently announced completely a new I was gonna call it an imprint. I thought it was going to be an imprint, but it's really just an initiative called Marvel Midnight, and it is an alternate universe where things are a lot darker. So if you think Marvel brought back the Ultimate Universe and DC's response to create the Absolute Universe, well, Marvel's response to DC creating the Absolute Universe is creating the Midnight Universe. It's kind of weird.
Boo,
They
boo.
killed
I
the
can do
Ultimate
anything
Universe,
you can do better.
and they're bringing in the Midnight Universe. Like, it's not dark enough. We need it darker. What's darker than midnight? Nothing. So they have Marvel Midnight. They're starting off with 3 books: Midnight X-Men from Jonathan Hickman and Matteo Delafonte, coming in August 2026. Midnight Fantastic Four from Benjamin Percy and Kev Walker, coming in September. And Midnight Spider-Man from our friend Philip Kennedy Johnson and Tronic. Trunk? Hang on. Am I...
Your guess is as
Trunk.
good as mine there.
Sorry, I was looking at it a little bit blurry, and I couldn't tell if there was an I in that word or not. Trunk, I'm assuming, is that I'm probably butchering the shit out of that name, and I apologize. It's his first full, or their first full Marvel comic, from what I was reading as well. Their Marvel Comics debut. So it's not a name I recognize, but I've seen the art. I've seen some art on their Instagram, and it looks really good. I'll share that with you later, Josh. Like it's already looks like a tone for Midnight Spider-Man is going to fit it really well.
Nice.
Especially with Philip Kennedy Johnson at the helm. Midnight X-Men is kind of just dealing with something the X-Men have dealt with a few times before: vampires. The cover right away has Kurt, Nightcrawler with a sword, with a giant picture of Storm behind him, but Storm is a vampire, and they're going to be dealing with a lot of vampires. Midnight Fantastic Four, simply put, is Eldritch horror. Very much Call of Cthulhu kind of deal. The Fantastic Four explore the unexplorable, and what they uncover instead of scientific wonders is instead deep, dark monsters that nobody ever seen before. And Midnight Spider-Man is, I guess I could kind of akin it to the werewolf. Spider-Man gets experimented on, or Peter gets experimented on, and then becomes a he experimented on by the Oscorp Corporation. I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember if it was Norman Osborn or not. And becomes like a spider creature.
Interesting.
So a lot like Man Spider, but this is like straight from the get-go. Which is kind of interesting. Kind of different. It's like a hint of Wolfman, hint of Frankenstein, hint of Man Spider, like also like the Fly kind of deal. There's a whole bunch of shit going on in that, but I'm excited to see it. So have that looking forward to, and I just want to call out Skybound Entertainment real quick, specifically this week's Transformers number 32. I've been loving the book the entire time. I feel it's been pacing well. It's got a good plot. It's had multiple artists and 2 writers so far over 32 issues. But goddamn, leave Bumblebee alone. Jesus Christ. It's bad enough. God, who was the initial writer? Like, they show Bumblebee's face crushed in and like blue energon blood coming out of his mouthpiece, or what was left of it, in like issue 2. And then now they've brought his dead deceased corpse to Cybertron to try and save his life. And what happens when the Autobots run afoul of Decepticons? Well, his body gets blasted to smithereens within 5 minutes of being on the fucking planet. So, Jesus, what did they Bumblebee ever do to you? I thought Hot Rod had a bad rep. Like, God, when did the Bumblebee hate start? I don't even know. Like, I know I wasn't like coming up in G1. I came up in the Beast era, which was the follow-up to G1, technically, because nobody likes to talk about G2. And from what I always grew up with, Hot Rod was hated on for valid enough reasons. Why the Bumblebee hate all of a sudden? It's crazy.
No, it is weird, man.
Yeah. Well, he's dead. He's dead. I don't think he's coming back. This is the second writer that killed him. And he never came back in the first place. It's
That's
nuts.
fucked up, man.
It's so fucked up. It's so fucked up. It's so fucked up. I'm trying to do a Seinfeld thing. I'm not doing it right. And I think... No, that's not it. I was going to say, I think that's about it. There's one more thing that I want to call out with a theory of mine. The Entertainment Weekly summer TV preview came out this week, and within the pages, was also an interview with which writer was this? One of the writers in the show. I sent Chris Mundy, an interview with Chris Mundy, where he opens up a bit more about the show, and from what he was describing, it does sound a lot more like Green Lantern 87 as an adaptation of Green Lantern number 87, first appearance of Jon Stewart, as opposed to an adaptation of Emerald Twilight, which many people were assuming was the case here. But I have a deeper theory, and I don't remember if I've shared it on air before. I know I came up with it a few weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago. But what if Hal Jordan in the show, in Lanterns, when it comes out in August, is already dead? So it even further from an Emerald Twilight situation, he's well past Parallax. He's well past the sun and Final Night and all that. He's just straight up Ghost. And even beyond that, what if he's the Spectre already in this situation? Or if he's like a training simulation from the Ring to train Jon Stewart. Because as Chris Mundy explained, they do share the Ring, because the Guardians appointed Jon Stewart as Hal Jordan's alternate or successor or whatever. They've chosen Jon Stewart to be a ring bearer in the future, and Hal was tasked with training him to make sure he's ready, because who better than the greatest Green Lantern to train Jon Stewart? There's a lot more to be had from just that sentence, because if you're a longtime Lantern fan or you've read a lot of Green Lantern comics, you know that could go in all sorts of different directions. So my thought, and it's not a good one, I will say this right away, I've come up with a lot of crackpot theories about a lot of TV shows over the years, and they've all been wrong, and they're all harebrained, crazy, insane, I know, but what if he's already dead? What if Kyle Chandler's Hal Jordan is in this, and that's it? And then John takes over as Lantern, because that's all we know, even going forward, is that Jon Stewart's going to be in Man of Tomorrow. Hal Jordan's not. Guy Gardner's a Green Lantern, but why is Hal Jordan there if Guy Gardner's a Green Lantern, right? And why are they picking Jon Stewart if Guy Gardner's also there? There's a lot of questions to be had here. There's a lot of fucking questions. So it's not like the Guardians be like, you know what Earth needs? 3 lanterns. No, it's not like that right off the bat. 2 lanterns, fine, sure, I get it. But why do we need 3 lanterns from one planet? Does not make sense. So I can't wait to see what happens. I'm equal parts excited and not excited about the show at the same time. I really need to know what's going to happen. I really want to know that my theory is true or not true. Probably the latter. We'll have to see. And finally, we got a first actual cinematic look at My Adventure with Superman Season 3 with a little teaser trailer. I've seen some clips of it. I haven't looked at everything. It looks fucking cool. Get to see Connor Kent. Get to see Superman. Get to see Cyborg Superman. That's about as much as I saw. I think there was a release date too, but I don't know what it is. And that's about it. As far as I know, I'm just going to do another couple checks. Josh, if you want to just vamp for a bit while I do some checks.
I don't really have much to vamp about except my just burning hatred of what's going on in Batman right now.
Fair.
Unfortunately, that's the case.
Yeah. No, I think that's about it for news. I'm just going through everything. Yeah, that's all I can find. Yeah, c'est bon.
So, boom.
Oui, monsieur.
What?
En français.
No.
No, you just said it. French. Whatever. Anyway, maybe we should just get to the books then.
Let's get into the books then.
Yeah.
All right, the very first one that we're going to talk about. And boy, do we have some wild swings, good, bad, and in between this week. First up, Green Lantern Corps number 16, brought to us by Rob.
Yes, it is Green Lantern Corps number 16, written by Morgan Hampton with art from Juan Rose Ripe, RYP, however you pronounce that, and Will Conrad with colors from Matt Herms, letters from Dave Sharp, and cover from Fernando Pazarino, Claire Albert, and Rich Prianto. Picking up where we left off last issue, Aya's body has been taken over by the Manhunter programming AI, whichever you want to call it, and in like, oh my god, wow, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Following that, the Aya Manhunter body goes to buyouts where all the other Manhunters are and kind of transfigures them into a form that matches Aya's body, but with a Manhunter color scheme. And it's especially notable. Oh my god, I can't talk tonight. Because Aya's body is able to withstand or at least be immune to Green Lantern energy. Guy actually tries to catch Aya's body at one point, and she flies right through it. Aya, meanwhile, is kind of indisposed, stuck as an energy twin, and is just distraught that she can't do anything to help. So our little expedition crew head back to Oa to confer with the rest of the lead lanterns, including John Stewart. And they just try to plan their next moves. Guy, the meanwhile, is just feeling shitty and sorry for himself that he can't really do anything to help anyone. Joe kind of gives him a kick in the ass pep talk with the words, "Your guy fragging Gardner, figure it the fuck out." Hell yeah, Joe.
Buddy.
Hell yeah, Joe. He's guy fragging Gardner.
Best damn pep talk since Billy from the Boys.
And then so he tries to concentrate really hard and envision whatever he can see, and he does see Butcher. Speaking of Billy, baby form Butcher is a little kid running through space, getting blasted at, and then he's captured by the Manhunters, who also have Predator. So there's 4 accounted for right away, because the Manhunters have 2. Oh no, they have 3. They have Proselyte, now Predator, and Butcher, and wait, no, the Lanterns have Proselyte, and oh my god, what is his name? Parallax. Jesus, it's hard to remember all these freaking entities' names. So yeah,
That's
2 and 2, right? So the Lanterns have Parallax and Proselyte, while the Manhunters have Predator and Butcher. So they know it's too late for those, but then Guy also gets another little glimpse of something. He just sees fire everywhere, and effigy, and Ophidian wants him as a host. And at the same time, Aya gets warnings from sensors that Manhunters have entered Owen airspace. Owen space. There's space sector, if you will. Yeah. So they figure the Manhunters have keyed in on Ophidian, and they know exactly where they're going. And lucky for them, effigy is still inside the sun that Oa revolves around. So they fly off to the Owen sun. So close to Odin's sun. But not without some extra firepower. And after a bit of brief deliberation, it is decided that excuse me, Soranik, Natu, and Fatality will be the current hosts for Parallax and Proselyte, uh, considering their Lantern Corps affiliations, at least for now, while the entities are still growing. So those two become the new entity bodies, and they fly off towards the sun as a group. Meanwhile, we see Effigy and Ophidian talking, and Ophidian mentions about Larfleeze, because Larfleeze is the only Orange Lantern, says that Larfleeze has bastardized my power. So if you're curious why Ophidian has not gone to Larfleeze directly, Larfleeze is just too much avarice, so much that he will just share, he'll contain the power all for himself. But what Ophidian wants is to grow. He needs the power to spread. Larfleeze will not let that happen. Effigy, of course, does comment on the absurdity of the power of avarice needing to be shared, but nonetheless allows Ophidian to go inside him. Just as the Manhunters show up, there is a little skirmish back and forth. The Manhunters get a bit of the upper hand and are sucking Ophidian right out of Effigy, as Effigy reminds them they're on his turf. They're surrounded by fire, and that means he is in control. So what he does is make the sun go supernova. All the lanterns are kind of blasted off. Well, no, they're not really blasted off. They didn't quite make it. Soranek and Fatality are caught in the blast as the sun becomes a black hole. The remaining lantern crew that were joining them on the expedition are just kind of stuck watching it happen. They don't know what the hell they're going to do next. The skies have gone dark over Oa. The sun is basically gone. Guy says, all right, I'm going to do something. This is what I'm going to fucking do. So he flies right into the black hole. The other lanterns try to tether him back, but he just pulls them in with him as they all get sucked into the black hole. Nobody knows what comes out on the other side of a black hole, if anything. And that is where the issue ends. Some crazy shit. I know I had issues with this issue, but I can't really think of what they really are. That's the problem. I know there was things I didn't enjoy, but at the same time, I also called them out. Like Effigy and Ophidian. Effigy is like, why would the avarice entity want to share his power? That doesn't make sense. But at the same time, I understand it. It's the entity's desire to grow, and it can only grow by spreading its power and that emotion being felt by many. That is how the power grows within the entity. It's only natural. So there is a bit of a catch-22, plus and con, a pro and con, plus and negative to being the entity of avarice. Guy feeling down on himself. I kind of get it. It sucks. At the same time, like, I just feel like Morgan Hampton is putting all the OG lanterns through their mental paces and kind of bringing them out on the other side a little bit stronger. Whereas, was it last week, the week before, we had Tales of the Green Lantern Corps Guy Gardner, where Guy was just full on brash, full cocked, just kick some ass, chew bubble gum, and take names later kind of guy that we've all come to know and love. And over here, he's just kind of feeling sorry for himself, needs a kick in the pants, doesn't think he's doing anything right. It's just such a contrast that I don't think really works in conjunction with everything else. And this is why, Josh, when I was talking about Tales of the GLC, it's good, but it very much tells its own story, and it feels slightly out of continuity. Even though it's very much in continuity, it's at this as very much also its own thing. Right. And that's why I was like iffy about it. It's okay. It's a fun read. It's enjoyable. It's a really good Guy Gardner story if you look at it as just that and you don't look at it as the ongoing stories for Guy Gardner. This issue alone, I did not like that Fatality was the entity host chosen for Proselytes, but the more I thought about it, the more I was like, maybe it is fine. I still think Irok or Nostromo should have been the host and not Fatality, but I am starting to like, I am starting to like understand, accept a bit more that Fatality is at least an Indigo tribe member, an Indigo Lantern. But whatever. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. I think that only leaves two entities. Yeah, two entities left: Ion and the bird, the blue one. I always forget its name. They're picking them up a lot faster than I thought they would. I thought this whole arc of collecting the entity is going to last a lot longer, but there's already 5 down. So we'll have to see. Maybe they're going to have them all done with like 6 issues.
That would be something.
Yeah. So we'll have to see. We will have to see what the fuck's going to happen with the Manhunters, with Aya, with the entities. Who knows? This black hole, it's some wild shit. There's a lot of questions still. This is very much like a stepping stone issue for the arc, for the plot. Kind of a downturn for Guy Gardner. So it looks fucking good. I like the art. I like Fernando Pasarin, and I love the art, the colors, rather. I love the colors. So it'll get 7.
7?
Yeah.
Well, I think it was a fun read despite all the bad stuff that happened. I loved it, and at this point I have absolutely no clue as to what is going to happen. Anything's possible, but this far in, I know 2 things. I'm going to enjoy reading it, and for the most part, it's going to look damn good while I do it. I don't even know what to say about it other than it's pretty cool. I can't really tear apart any of the facts about cores that Rob might have a problem with here, but this, to me, knowing the little that I do, it was real fun, and I enjoyed it, and I gave it a 9 out of 10.
Woo, hell yeah. I will make an addendum. I'll give it a 7.5. I'll be a little more fair. I gave it a second thought. I'm like, all right, 7.5 is probably a bit better.
There we go. 1 second here.
Yep,
Let me finish this post that I'm making in our Discord, which is so super cool. There we go. All right. Emperor Aquaman number 17, brought to you by me. Written by Jeremy Adams, with art drawn by John Timms and Paolo Villanelli, and colored by Rex Locust, with lettering from Dave Sharp, with Timms on the cover as well. Lallana and the Sea Witch, which is much older Lallana, if I remember correctly, are meeting a rather unfriendly Black Manta to whom she makes a sales pitch for destroying Atlantis and killing Arthur. 2 of Black Manta's favorite things. While Mara and the others mill about the new world that Arthur is building, opening up Atlantis to outsiders and even building a surface extension, both open to all those who need it, Aquaman is off in the blue. He is teamed with one other person that everyone, of course, would first assume, Jarro. I fucking love Jarro. And they appeared lost until Jarro figures it out. They're near the Starro homeworld, something we've never seen before. And it's not so much a world as it is Father Star around some rock. Father Star is the source of all Starros. Egg sacs and umbilical cords are everywhere, and it's pretty gross. They're captured by Father Star, even though Jarro attached himself to Aquaman to try and hide him. Didn't work. Then to save him, Jarro took it upon himself to use Arthur's connection to the blue to raise the temperature of the water molecules in and around Father Star. And though a slew of Starros escaped, Father Star and a whole lot more of them boiled alive. Arthur finally manages to rip Jarro from his face, and Jarro apologizes, swearing to never do it again, saying it was the only recourse. Father Star had to die, or they would have. And while connected to Arthur through captions, Jarro lets us know just how important Aquaman is to saving existence, as he's seen everything Arthur's seen, including his vision. And without Arthur, all of the stars in space will cease to twinkle. So, while this was cool as hell, I mean, seriously, Jarro, and there's been great Aquaman stories as well, but nothing that's just slapped the spit out of the face of anybody who's called Aquaman a joke. This is awesome. And again, Jarro too. It looks like he's going to be sticking around for a while, so that makes me happy. The art is amazing. I love how it's going. I can't wait to see what's coming next, whatever that might be, though it is tied in greatly to DCKO. I even with it, even without it being tied to such a massive event, I'm just ridiculously curious about where Aquaman is headed. I went even higher on this one. I gave it a 9.25 out of 10.
Damn.
I thought it was damn good, man.
Holy shit. I'll admit, I liked it too. I didn't like it that much, but I liked it too. It's mostly because I got to the end. I'm like, wait, that's it? What the fuck? That felt so short. I'm not gonna say in a bad way, but not necessarily in a good way either. It just felt like I needed more out of that issue, or at least out of that story.
Comics should be 30 pages, damn it.
I just felt there was
maybe
a little too much exposition about the history and reproductive cycles of Starros, that more than I needed to know. Because where does that leave Starro in general? They just killed off every Starro. It's like the ones that are still alive or still around, I guess. It's just not like a Brainiac hive mind where like the lead dies and they all die off too. It's just there's no more being created, I guess is what it is, right? Okay.
There is a finite amount of them now.
Yeah. I also want to ask about Starro reproductive cycles in the past that we've seen, because I remember there being like a giant Starro initially that just threw miniature Starros off of it. Wasn't there? And I'm not talking about Beast World. I'm talking about like another, like an actual.
Yeah, no, Starro spores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they like that's what Jarro was, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So this just feels weird. Like this can't be the end of Starro. And I could be wrong, but don't starfish reproduce asexually?
They do.
Yeah,
maybe not psychic starfish,
I guess.
Well, I mean, and asexually, there wasn't a mother star, there was just a father star.
Well, they mentioned there were mothers floating above the planet. Yeah,
I forgot that part.
Yeah, there's the mothers that kind of dealt with the egg sacs or whatever. I don't know. I didn't. They didn't go that deep into starfish reproductive cycles, and I'm okay with that. I don't know how psychic space starfish reproduce. That's not something I ever needed to know. And maybe that is why it just felt too short, because there was so much time spent on Jarro explaining how his species is created, and I did not need to know that. It's not something I ever cared about. And then they killed off Jarro, which is a travesty. It's just
they didn't kill off Jarro.
Yeah, they did. He was left on that planet when it imploded. Aquaman left him behind, and Jarro said like goodbye or something, or I'm sorry, whereas like his last words, and then you just see the image of the planet like imploding and then just going dark, and there's nothing left. And I know, because I looked at that page like 2 or 3 times just to be sure. I'm like, did they fucking leave Jarro behind? And they did. The Nautilus and Aquaman swam through the portal, and you see Jarro.
Man. Look back at it. You see Jarro like.
Hang on. Let me pull it up.
Go ahead. It's on the panel. It's on the page where he says, "I'm sorry, I won't ever do that again." All right, you go all the way down, and he's looking back at the planet that he's blowing, that he destroyed.
Hang on, it's still
said goodbye, right?
Hang on. No, man, that's the portal that the Nautilus is floating through. Because if you look at the panel before that, Aquaman is holding onto the Nautilus, and behind them is Jarro just floating away from them. He's not with Aquaman at all. And that blue orb he's looking at, if you look, there's a little green speck. That's the Nautilus going in. That's the portal that they came in through. He's saying goodbye to Aquaman.
Well, that sucks. Boo.
Yeah.
I thought we were getting more Jarro. He was far away from the planet. So
Well, I don't know, because it looks like he's still on it when he said goodbye. Like he's still within the planetary bounds, because all those umbilical cords are still surrounding him. Man, I think he's just dead. I think he's gone. I'm sorry.
Sure. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries.
I had a tourist.
I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but that's definitely what I was reading, that Jarro is no longer.
Well, then Jeremy Adams, after me being a fanboy for 2 years, we're going to have a fist fight.
We're going to have some words, and those words have to do with hands.
Yeah. I will write out the words with the hands. And they say,
the American Sign Language I'm talking about.
Can't bring Jarro back. Just kill him. I love Jarro, dude.
Everybody loves Jarro.
What the fuck? We'll see.
Yeah. Hopefully I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Pretty colors.
You better be fucking wrong, because if you're right, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
And we will be getting Jeremy Adams back on the show.
I have a feeling he's not going to do it now. I don't see how we'll get confirmation, because the away team for Aquaman is such a revolving door. The Enterprise has a better selection.
The Enterprise has a better selection. Well, that was funny, Mike.
Yeah. Star Trek jokes. So like you never know who's going to be joining Aquaman on a mission. Like last issue, it was Vivienne and King Shark.
Yep.
And Sharkon and Tritus, or whatever his name is, Triton. And then this issue, it was Jarro, and I always forget the pilot of the Nautilus. Who the hell is the captain's name?
Nemo.
Holy shit. Nemo, thank you. Holy crap.
I thought you were telling me that you forget Orion's name.
No. I did forget that for a second, but no, like Nemo was here. I kept saying Captain Ahab. No, that's the wrong classic literature. Wrong classic literature. Not looking for a white whale. We're going under the sea.
What ways?
Yeah. Yeah, color's very pretty. But there was just not enough substance here for me, and I feel like they killed off Jarro, so it's gonna get a 7.5 as well.
I'm going to operate under the belief that Jeremy Adams knows better. That's what I'm going on here, and I mean, he's not made any stupid ass mistakes like that yet. He really, really hasn't. No. So I'm going to assume all is well, and I don't have to be mad at him.
Yeah. That's way to look at it.
I don't have to be angry.
No.
I don't have to have the fury.
Oh shit. I know we were doing the transition right away. Pardon me while I get down some food. Yeah, it's the Fury of Firestorm #2. Written by, where'd it go? There we go. Written by Jeff Lemire, with art from Rafael De La Torre, colors from Marcelo Maiolo, and letters from Lucas Catoni, with the cover from De La Torre and Maiolo. We get throughout this issue a brief reintroduction of Ronnie Raymond and Professor Stein, how they met and how they became the Firestorm. How the Firestorm Matrix was born. Ronnie had a kind of not shitty childhood, but very much a childhood and growth,
I mean, he
adolescence.
got
That
beat and shit. I'd
yeah,
say it wasn't
but was
exactly
that was
fucking
it?
ideal.
Well, it wasn't. I mean, the way they described it here wasn't necessarily that it got beat, unless I'm misremembering it. It's just his dad was absent a lot.
Oh,
I think the
definitely
original
was
continuity he
there.
probably got beat a lot, but in this one, they're kind of just he spent more time with his grandparents than he ever did with his dad. Um, and then that kind of just kept going all through adolescence until he reached school, and even his dad was kind of just like, this school's not really worth it, second rate school, the college he was at, university, whatever it is. And he consistently was not good enough for anything after that. Not good enough for a good school for his dad, not good enough for his dad's approval, not good enough for the starting lineup on the football team, not good enough for the dean's list. He's a consistent C student. And the one thing he wants to be good at is getting this one girl he's fallen head over heels for. So he lies to get the job as the aide for Professor Stein in his laboratory, physics laboratory.
Right, because you're
Um,
not gonna get busted out real fucking quick in that situation.
well, my dear Josh, he does. Who could have guessed it? Yeah, Professor Stein notices right away that Ronnie has no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Calls him out on it almost instantly, but instead of just kicking him out, says, I could see you have potential. I'm very good at seeing things in people, and I see your potential, so let me teach you and let me help you. And over time, they become quite close, very good friends, until one night, Professor Stein calls Ronnie to the laboratory late one night. Um, he even had to get past some hefty protesters to get into the laboratory because apparently they're protesting whatever experiment Professor Stein wants to work on. Stein just kind of brushes it off and says, don't worry about them. Just come here and help me keep an eye on things until Stein hears something. He opens a vent and sees a bomb with 3 seconds left on the timer. They barely have any time to get out of the way before it explodes, and all that's left standing in the room is Firestorm. And then we jump back to the present day where we see Firestorm and Ronnie inside his head talking, and the Firestorm body kind of blasts Ronnie, and all that's left is the Firestorm body with a blank face, glowing eyes, black face, pitch black, as if nothing is there. Um, Still left sitting in that town that it has transfigured. The army is notices this and is just left with no more answers because who should arrive but the Justice League, consisting of Martian Manhunter, Hawkgirl, Supergirl, Kyle Rayner, and the Flash, Wally West. That is where the issue ends. Holy hell, I'm loving this. The first issue was really good. I feel like this was not as good because it was mostly just catching some people up to the history of Firestorm and catching Ronnie Raymond and Professor Stein's origins up to current continuity. So it really was just an origin issue, if you will, but still tying into the ongoing story that they set up in the first issue. Uh, So I'm slightly disappointed in that because I really want to know what was going on in this town or what could potentially come next after what happened, that groundbreaking explosive first issue. But I understand that we needed to get that brief reintroduction because we haven't had a Firestorm book with Ronnie Raymond in God knows how many decades.
Right.
Yeah. So with that, I'll keep that in mind with my score. The art was fantastic. The redux of the origin was quite nice and kind of updated really well, I think. Excuse me. So for now, I will give it 8.75.
All right, man. Well, I'm right there with you and give it the exact same score. This is a trip through Ronnie, man, kind of reminding us of his insecurities, where they came from. A little bit of a sidestep, but it was good to have the character refresh because I honestly forgotten pretty much everything, all of this. So, I mean, it looked fantastic. The curiosity that I've God about what this is building is fucking killing me. And I feel as though this is a really delicate story. Not like there's so many major fans of Firestorm, but the fans of Firestorm that there are rather protective of him. And I think that Lemire is doing a fucking fantastic job with this, handling it just right, giving us Ronnie, who, you know, I mean, no offense, Jason, but yeah, Ronnie's better. It's just the way that it is. It's such good stuff. And again, I gave it an 8.75 out of 10. I can't get enough of this, but I'm so happy it's happening.
Yeah, it's a long time coming. Really worth it.
I'm glad you're enjoying it, because you weren't like you didn't come from like knowing much about Firestorm, right?
Well, I knew enough. I hadn't read like any of the 80s series or anything prior to like Jason Rush. I was always aware of Ronnie Raymond and Stein and knew some stuff, but a lot of my background started when Jason Rush came onto the picture. And even then I wasn't reading from like issue 1. I think I picked it up sometime after Blackest Night. Or maybe slightly before that, because I at least knew somewhat of Gehenna. I repronounced her name. And then just picked up some stuff beyond that. And I've always been like a Firestorm fan based off of all that stuff that I've read. And it just, DC's not really given him much of the time of the day in the past 15, 20 years.
No,
to really
suffered
shine.
the same fate as Captain Atom, man.
Yeah,
you made a character that, and Apollo. You made characters that were just too goddamn powerful.
Yeah.
You know, and when you do that, you're really limited in what you can do and how many fucking consecutive stories you can tell. You know, like Superman, sure, because he's had decades and decades of world building and family and all of that. You're not. It's going to be much harder to do the same thing, to crank out a book about Apollo or anybody like that. You know, exactly. It's just that's the dangerous side about making an overpowered character, is that they become fucking boring.
Mm-hmm. Unless you find a way to neuter them. But at the same time, like that's the argument a lot of Superman deniers have. That Superman is too overpowered. He can never be beaten. He's got no weaknesses. He's got plenty of fucking weaknesses. But that's the arguments I've heard over the years for the longest running superhero in comics.
Those are the people that say Goku could beat him.
Yeah. Apparently it's like wait. Now I forget what happened in Death Battle, who won her anymore. I just know I didn't agree with it at first, but now like I don't know. I don't fucking know who would win that fight, man. This is someone that's been consuming DC and Dragon Ball media since I was 6.
Then you know it's Superman.
No, I don't know it's Superman, because Goku always finds a way to level up.
As does Superman.
Well, I know, but that's the thing. Like,
and knowing that he knows that he can't kill Goku means he doesn't have to hold back.
But he can kill Goku. Goku is very much possibly like susceptible to death. He's died a few times before.
Well, right, but DC Comics died.
Oh no, he was straight up dead. He had a hole in his chest and everything. Like he was straight up in hell at one point.
Again, seen it in comic books. I see no difference.
I guess. I don't know. I just don't know. Like Goku at this point has attained like god level power. He always finds a way to level up. He's got such fantastic abilities and a huge array of attacks and techniques and power-ups that he can use. But Superman also has a near unlimited power set.
Yeah.
Like power level. Like he goes to the sun, he absorbs sunlight. He's just in power, in crazy power. But I think the only thing that would put Goku over the top is the fact that he could power up a little bit faster.
Yeah, right. You know what? I've seen Superman power up over the course of pages. It takes fucking Goku an entire episode.
No. let me squash that bullshit right now. I'm actually getting tired of that meme because and it's been shown in the show already. It's shows that to a certain degree in relativity of a 20-minute cartoon, but in the timeline of the world of the series, it's like a minute, seconds, 30 seconds kind of deal. Like they had the Tournament of Power was the last arc of Dragon Ball Super, and that was something like 30, 50 episodes, something like that. And the actual tournament itself is supposed to be 42 minutes. So, but they kept that going. And then somebody edited all the episodes together. So when it was played simultaneously, depending, because each episode would focus on a different character and different fight and whatnot, they spliced it all together. It actually factored 42 minutes exactly. And then they've shown other clips of like in the Dragon Ball world, in the anime, of like newsreels or like security cameras seeing the fighters fight. And even though for our perspective it's taking like 5, 20, 10, 30 whatever minutes, for them it's like a fraction of a second.
You're right. Sounds like because Speed Force.
Exactly, because Speed Force.
Sounds like bullshit.
I can't deny that it sounds like bullshit, but at least in Dragon Ball they do kind of showcase how a lot of those characters get fast. They don't just say you got struck by lightning and now you can run fast. Like they actually show some of the training sequence.
Ha! All right.
Yeah. And so that's why I'm on the fence. I don't think anybody would win. I think they'd find a way to make it a stalemate.
It's totally Superman. I can say that because I've never been a Dragon Ball fan.
I know. You would say that because you've never been a Dragon Ball fan. I'm a fan of both. That's why I'm conflicted, because I know both so well.
Superman is capable of anything.
So's Goku.
Goku has limits.
He doesn't.
Yes, he does.
Neither of them have limits.
That's why he always loses first.
He doesn't. What the? That's you're thinking of Vegeta. I just pissed off some Vegeta fans. I'm a Vegeta fan. Okay, you have to admit he loses first a lot.
He loses first and then come back for ass whooping.
Yeah.
Goku.
No. Goku.
And Goku short pants.
Huh?
Goku short pants. Trunks.
Oh. I guess.
You guess. Oh, come on.
I don't know what you mean by that. The
Short
character
pants
trunks,
are like
but-
trunks, you know.
Yeah, but it has nothing to do with Goku.
He looks like Goku.
The fuck are you talking about? Trunks
They
has
all look like
purple
Goku.
hair.
Oh, then I'm mixing him up with a different character. That's how well I know it. I tell you, let me get back to shit I do know. And
There we
gonna
go.
Be the next comic we're talking about. Action Comics number 1098, written by Mark Waid with art drawn by Skylar Patridge and Patricio Del Peche, with colors from Ivan Plasencia and Del Peche on his own art, lettering from lettering from Steve Wands, and it comes with the cover by Ryan Sook. Mary Marvel, Martian Manhunter, Booster Gold, and Clark at the barn, and are at the barn, and see that Clark's ship is gone. Booster stays with the Kenses. Superboy, Mary Marvel, and Martian Manhunter go search for Epoch to find him because, you know, he's got ship stuff now, so he can power up even more. He's already hella upgraded and takes everybody but Superboy down pretty fucking quickly. And then he says, I'm gonna kill your parents, which makes Clark mad. And then Clark's got to say, where did you hear that name? And oh, come on, that was fucking funny. Anyway, Clark's get mad and destroys him. He rips his chest open, and then there's this big, huge explosion up into the sky, a massive one. He falls out of the sky, and thankfully Mary Marvel is there to catch him. And now, after he lands, he discovers he's got no more powers.
I did laugh. I was just muted. That was funny.
It's okay. Some of the art is good. The rest is not. And I am not able to shake the feeling of this art coming back again to just feeling like a generic Superboy comic. Wade just keeps on weaving it in and out of that. It's like, oh, this is a good story. No, it's not. This is just the same shit you've always read. No, it just feels generic as shit. And that's in addition to a 7-page. Hold on. Let me go in here real quick. We got what? 20. There's a backup in there too, right? So, I mean, we've got 20 plus pages of comic book, and 7 of those were dedicated to making sure that everybody knew Clark's origin story is landing on Earth. I'm fairly certain that no comic ever needs to cover that again, much like they never need to cover Bruce's origin again. Everybody fucking knows. People are literally now born with that knowledge in their heads. Okay, maybe not literally, but I mean,
my kids are definitely. I'll go ask Haley after the show and ask how Superman was born, and she'll tell me she's from another planet.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, everybody knows that shit, man. Why is a third of this book dedicated to telling us it?
Yeah,
with that and only appreciating a little less than half of the art, cover included, this gonna have to take home a whopping score of 3.75 out of 10.
Holy shit. Jesus. Oh, that low.
I don't see there's nothing that's really happened that's explaining all of this shit that's going on. It's just like a million pages to say one fucking thing. Or not a million, but 30.
Like I agree the retelling the origin was highly unnecessary. It was just pointless exposition that didn't really add to anything.
No, they didn't. He didn't even throw in anything new or like throw extra flavor on it. Really, it was just
the one. I mean, no, they didn't even really get into it. I was gonna say one thing I appreciate is he kind of answered that age-old question of how Jonathan and Martha finally got like legal custody of Clark Kent with forged papers, but even that was kind of vague.
Yeah. I mean, because you could only really get so specific with it. That's why it's been left vague.
Yeah. So it wasn't really necessary at all.
Agreed.
The stuff
couldn't agree more.
The stuff with Epoch was like, I'm enjoying the story with Epoch and what's going on. I personally am still liking this like Superboy run of Action Comics. Simply because like it is, as Josh would call it, a generic Superboy story, and that's what you're going to get when you have a story taking place in the past involving a character that we know grows up to become something else. You cannot change things at all.
Well,
and if things do change, you know they're going to get put back to normal because we've seen what happens in the future already. We've seen it for 70 odd fucking years, 80, 85 years even. So that's, I don't blame you. It's generic sounding, but that's also what I appreciate about it. It's not necessarily bogged down with continuity, but it's bogged down with time, if that makes sense, right? It's not bogged down with like all the shit's happening in Superboy and Supergirl and Batman and Justice League, but it is being bogged down with 80 years of history. So it's a pro and con for me. I'm having fun with it. I don't mind it at all. I get what you're saying with the art. I didn't hate the art the same way, but it was a bit of a jarring difference. It was during the flash, like the origin story redux, right? That was the art difference, if I remember
The
right.
fucking square, weird ass fucking faces and shit, and the flash, yeah, like
In the flashback, yeah, they were kind of weird because the rest, like in the present
like
day
hella
quotation,
weird.
was like the normal art, right? It's like the
Yeah,
regular artist, yeah. So like that stuff was a little jarring, but it wasn't bad enough for me to drop the score too much because that was just like pointless flashback stuff. I didn't really give too much weight to that stuff when it came to my review.
I mean, I'm deducting points because what was the point of? I mean, you brought, not only did you give me 7 pages of useless story, but you also brought in another artist for no reason for that 7 pages of useless story.
Yeah.
I
mean, it's
mean, I
also
guess help people get paid, but Jesus.
It's been a little more common recently for different, like a flashback or like a different section of a story to have a different artist. I don't know why, but
And
it seems to
sometimes
be the
I
trend.
actually, sometimes I do enjoy that because
Yeah.
it's visually it's easier to see where you're at without having to check around on the page to make sure you're in the right time. So that part I can appreciate, but I don't want something that looks like fucking Family Circus.
There is a way around that though. There's a way to
Yeah, stop
have
hiring people who do fucking Family Circus art.
there's a way around what you're describing to have a way to know that the time period is different. And they even did that still in this issue. That in the origin story flashbacks, they had a bit of a scribbly line around the pages and panels that the flashback took place in to denote
Mhm.
that this is a story within a story, that this is a different time period.
Yeah, so you didn't
If
even need to
you didn't even need
fucking
the new
do
artist.
both.
Yeah, you can have the same artist draw
One,
that consistently so it all looks uniform, and you can still have those squiggly lines around the boxes and the pages so you know it's a different fucking time period.
yeah.
That's all you need to do. I don't know, it's
This
just
is
silly.
probably my least favorite DePelche art I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yep, that's a fucking bummer.
Well, that art style is very unique and works with certain stories, but it won't work with everything. I definitely
Yeah, it
didn't work
works
here.
with Dennis the Menace.
So I'm going to give this excuse me, what the fuck? Oh shit, I dropped cheese sauce on
You're
my
like,
shit.
I can't give it a 3.5.
No, I didn't hate it that much. I really didn't hate it really at all. I'll give it a 7.
Fair enough. Just like our caption says here. What's that? It's on here.
We're the
Somewhere.
Geek Matrix Pod. We talk about comics and other stuff, but mostly comics, unless we don't. Josh gets lost sometimes and
Oh,
wants to talk
where'd your
about hypotheticals or
your
forgets what he's talking about. Okay, you disappeared it. What the fuck?
I disappeared it.
What the hell? I was almost done.
The part about you wasn't in there.
Part about me. Well, it didn't finish.
It wasn't in there.
Oh. What part is about me? What the fuck? I don't know what no. Or forgets what he's talking about. You'd think podcast hosts would get tired of talking, but nope. Rob knows he's too considerate and doesn't care what you think about it. I know you say I'm too considerate. I'm not. I just like things, man. I like to spread the love. And you've heard me rage on things. You've heard me hate things before. And you've seen me give things 3, and I think even once I gave a 0.
Yeah, in 5 years, homie. maybe 5 fucking times have you given a score lower than a 5.
Oh, definitely more than that.
Typically,
Maybe
with you and
close to
Brandon,
10.
and you know, I mean, most of the comic review industry, for whatever reason, sees a 7 as like an average comic.
Oh,
And to
I've
me,
been
that
changing
would
it
be a
up.
5.
Yeah, no, I've been changing it up a bit. Like for me, a 5 has to just be like, it's bland.
It's a comic.
I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's just there.
Yep, it's a
There's
comic.
nothing exciting about it. Not even that. Like for me, it's a comic is something that like you still get a sense of childhood whimsy from it. In a sense, like when you think of a comic book,
that's
you
part
think
of
of
it's a
something that you
comic.
can
So
enjoy.
if you don't even get that out of it, then it should be less than a 5.
Well, to me, that a middle ground is anything less than a 5 is going to be I dislike it more. Anything more than a 5 is I like it more. So middle ground, 5 being right in the middle, is it gives me no fucking reaction whatsoever. It's just there. It was maybe enjoyable, but I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. Those are the books I give a 5. If I liked it a bit more, I'll give it a 6, 7, 7.5. You know, if I find some things that I can enjoy about it, if I find more things to hate about it than I enjoyed about it, it's going to get like 3 or 4. That's how I've been scoring things.
Right on. All right, man. Well, that is it with Action Comics, which is obviously in my top 3. I won't have anything to comment on the next book. I, in a very rare turn, completely abandoned the title. But Rob's going to talk to us all about it and
not your cup of tea.
keep us updated. I read it through your summaries.
Fair enough.
It is one of the few that I just can't open the page on.
Yeah.
It's like a Riley Rosmo book. To borrow the non-review, no, I'll save my opinion later. Go ahead.
So you didn't have an opinion.
Well, I've always got an opinion.
So you have an opinion about a book you haven't read.
No.
Is that what you're saying?
Not technically.
That's oh god. Oh, I don't know where this is going. I don't like it. And for the record, there are some books, if we were reviewing them, would consistently get lower than a 5, like Wonder Woman.
Like what?
Wonder Woman.
Oh God,
yeah. If we were still covering that consistently every month, you'd be getting a lot more 3s and 4s out of me.
We do save ourselves because you guys got a little uncomfortable. Once upon a time, dear listeners, we had a feature that I was a rather large fan of, mostly because I invented it and it had a really cool soundbite. But we used to do the biggest stinker, and and Rob and Brandon didn't like being that mean, so we didn't.
I didn't mind doing it. It just after a while it was the same book every single week,
right?
And it's just like this is. I think Wonder Woman kind of killed that for me too, because every week Wonder Woman was on, it was always the biggest stinker. I'm just like, this section's getting stale because of Wonder Woman.
Yeah, Wonder Woman's getting shit on because we're not even talking about Tom King Wonder Woman. We're talking about fucking Michael Conrad Wonder Woman.
Yeah, we weren't even talking. Oh shit! I forgot about that.
Yeah.
God, yeah. Even before that, with the stupid milk. Oh shit.
Yep.
Yeah, Wonder
Woman.
Michael
Conrad. What a fucking Michael Conrad. I can't stand him, dude.
Yeah. It's a shame.
I'd stand in line just to tell him that. And I wouldn't do that for Riley Rosmo. I wouldn't do that for Tom King or
at least
Brian Michael Bendis,
Michael
but I would do it for Michael
Conrad,
Conrad.
there's like even like a personal reason to dislike him. Like from what I understand, he's a bit of a dickhead sometimes. But Riley Rosmo seems like a nice person. So like, if you were to stand in line, just tell Riley Rosmo, "I don't like you." I would call you an asshole. You don't have to like his art, but why would you?
I am an
person,
asshole.
You know?
let's not cross that wire whatsoever. I've been called that once or twice.
Saying at the start of the show.
But I wouldn't do
talking
that,
about what people sending death threats to Dennis Camp. You hate the art, by all means talk shit about it, but unless the person has personally offended you with their actions, why would you offend the person?
Here's the thing.
That's what I don't get.
If all you're going to do is talk shit, then shut the fuck up and don't talk at all.
Michael W.
But if you're gonna talk shit and have opinions on it at the same time, that's fine. But if you're one of those people that are out there saying, fuck you, that's not my Martian Manhunter, or that's not my Marvel Universe, or what the fuck ever, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
You're an idiot. The thing isn't going to be the same in 5 fucking years anyway.
Exactly.
Get over it. Have you've been reading comics for so long and that you have your Spider-Man, but you don't realize that shit's gonna reboot here and it's not gonna take long? Shut up.
Okay.
Just shut up.
Can I throw something at you as well? This is a long
stupid people, man.
this is a long-term negative side effect that I don't think anybody saw coming. That a lot of these so-called fans either don't read the comics and just grew up on the cartoons and movies.
Yep.
Or they've only just started reading comics within the last 1 to 5 years. And their history is with the cartoons, and like that's the real shit, and they have no idea what the source material was, right? And
they're like, why in the fuck aren't Harry and Peter best friends as kids? Oh wait, no,
who cares?
Why? Yes, exactly. Don't be a fucking idiot.
Who the fuck cares? Harry is dead. He's long gone. He's fairy dust. Like,
he was the greatest hobgoblin.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Even the original hobgoblin's back in the pages these days.
Is he?
Yeah, Kingsley?
I think that's his name.
I forget his fucking name. I almost said Ben Kingsley. No, that's an actor. But anyway,
in the MCU.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's
Actors sometimes terrorists.
Trevor Slattery. God, what a fantastic role he had. Holy shit. Like, maybe my favorite character in the MCU by far. Trevor Slattery. Fucking.
Oh, my dear boy.
Holy shit. Like, everybody shit on him consistently in Iron Man 3, and I'm sitting there thinking, holy shit, Ben Kingsley's a genius. I'm sitting in the theater like, oh my god, that's a curveball. I like it. It's Ben Kingsley. And everybody's like, who the fuck is Trevor Slattery? Where's the Mandarin? This stupid. Like, shut the fuck up. It's Ben Kingsley. And then Wonder Man rolls around and shit. Everybody loves him now. Like, I fucking called this shit 10 years ago. 13 years ago. Sorry.
Damn it.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna say to you the same thing that happens at weed circles with newbies. Oh, he coughed. Oh shit, he's choking. Oh.
Fucking. That's me with stage 4 COPD, homie.
Yeah. You said you had a story.
Oh no, that was my Trevor Slattery impression.
Ah. They'll never see me coming.
No, like real Trevor Slattery, like the kind that you see in Wonder Man.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, he was funny. So fucking good. What a character. Oh my god. Anyway, Absolute Martian Manager. This is written by Dennis Camp. Oh, shut the fuck up. With art from Javier Rodriguez. Art from Javier Rodriguez. Letters from Asmane Al. And the cover from Javier Rodriguez. You go for it, Joshua. He was off camera when it happened, but I know he was giving me a scrunched up face when I said that. So we pick up not exactly where we left off, but John is running through the streets of whatever city they're in. I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember if they ever mentioned it. Where the Martian and Despair the Zero are now in his mind together, following him. And there's kind of a battle of consciousness within his head, with the Martian trying to fill his head with good memories and good thoughts, Despair the Zero trying to fill his head with negative thoughts and bad things, until they are found by the three weird-ass government agents that have been chasing them the last few issues. And the Martian jumps right into the fight, fighting them off. Two of them get killed off throughout the fight, and one is able to disappear back through one of the movie posters that they all came out of. And Despair the Zero, meanwhile, alone with John, is able to fill his head with the deep, dark thoughts that he's been trying to since his inception. And unfortunately, it slowly gets to John until the Martian is able to come back into his head and fill his head with a bit more good thoughts, and get ahead of the game until it just gets a little bit too much for old John. There's just too much back and forth, and his head starts to go a little screwy, and he passes out. Meanwhile, Bridget has been just stuck in the home with her son Tyler over and over again under the control of the White Martian until she starts to question things and eventually is able to break free from the home and realizes how much she needs to see John. She remembers her husband, remembers her love, and runs out to find him. And she does as he's passing out, and she holds him as Despair the Zero reveals that what happens in his head also happens in reality, as the sky cracks open just as John was seeing it, and it's exactly what Despair the Zero wanted. And the White Martian is still dancing within their son's head. Despair the Zero also hints that Tyler is already dead, and that the White Martian has just taken over his body, and there's no coming back. One issue left to go of that. Things are definitely coming to a head. I like how it started with John just felt like he was full at arms. He had two like alien entities in his head, and he was ready, rip-roaring to go and save his family. But shit happens. It's too much for his fragile human mind. The Martian was just a little too slow, or a little bit too late to stop Despair the Zero from really getting deep into the recesses of John's mind. And hopefully with the next issue, the Martian is able to bring him out of it and really help John, and maybe even defeat Despair the Zero and defeat the White Martian at the same time. Did I say defeat before? What the fuck is defeat?
Defeat what you may have heard.
Despair the Zero is such a fucking concept. Very interesting take on Despero, but really in name and design only. It's a very new type of Despero, and something that's way out there. And same with the Martian. It's just a very psychedelic trip, and I can't wait to see how it ends. And it's not even going to be the last we see of John and the Martian. As we know from Scott Snyder himself, he will be involved in the Absolute event that is coming later this year. First crossover event for the Absolute books. In fact, John and the Martian are going to be the catalyst for that event starting, which is interesting. That's about all we know about it. So even though it's the last issue, it's not the last we see of them. So I'm very excited to see what could possibly happen, what Dennis Camp has planned for good old John Jones and the Martian. And hopefully Tyler's not dead. I will give this, because I also am a fan of the trippy art. Some of it is very out there and almost makes me want to smoke weed just to see if I enjoy it more.
Well, I don't.
I know you don't. I'm going to give it say an 8.75 as well. Not 8.5. 8.5.
To borrow the non-review, we often hear from Brandon. It was a book that came out this week that I have no opinion on.
There you go.
There. That was fair. Next
Definitely
up,
because you didn't read it, so it's definitely fair.
next up, we'll see if you think this one is fair. Absolute
Oh, God.
Batman
I'm scared.
number 20. Written by Scott Snyder, with art inside and out drawn by Nick Groda, colors from Frank Martin, and lettering by Tom Napolitano. So we start out with Mr. Grimm, the man who never laughs, in his Grimm cave, I guess, fully monstered out and laughing. The man who never laughs, fully monstered out in the Grimm cave, laughing. All right. I've forgotten what Batman did, but people are shocked by it. Wayland visits Nigma to see if any one of his friends are willing to help Bruce out and help him help Bruce out, and it's a no. Batman.
Can I pause you for a second and just like fill you in on what people hate Batman for?
Yeah, sure.
Jim Gordon killed himself, and people think Batman did it.
Yeah. That's right. Yep. So Nigma says no, none of their friends will help him. Batman visits the jail that night from the outside, swoops in and interrogates Joe Chill. Sees that his dad's murder was a part of the plot in the files that Jim Gordon had given him. And Chill had no reason to kill him other than just doing a job. For some reason, he's in a cell with Scarecrow, who can do shit. That's his power set. Attract ravens, mind control people, make planes fall out of the air, and has an obsession with fear. While he tells Batman about his mom being in the Court of Owls, how do you know that name? He also mind controls Chill to hang himself. Then we see Batman soaring through the sky, destination unknown. The Robin Initiative show up, and they're at a standoff on the street. First, glowing review here, part of it. I'm going to say that reporter calling Batman the cowled prince of crime, cool as shit.
That was awesome.
I fucking love that.
Yeah,
I thought that was a really, really, really cool thing, and I can't believe, at least I can't remember it ever being done before.
No, because there's never been a story, I think, that succinctly has Joker as the hero and Batman as the villain in the city, you know?
And if there is, I'm blanking on it right now.
Apart from White Knight, maybe, but that's a whole other thing.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
The rest, I don't know, man. It seems like everything that's in this book can change at any time. There's all kinds of stuff in which that shit's done. The Bane enhancement, the man who doesn't laugh, now he laughs. Scarecrow's undefined powers, other than he can just make shit happen like he's the fucking Beyonder or some shit. I don't get it, and I don't get how it's enjoyable if none of it really matters at all. It's just like a bunch of Batman shit topped on top of Batman shit. I'm starting to think that Scott Snyder is treating this as a lazy book. They need a fucking Batman in the absolute universe, and he can slop shit on top of other shit because he knows how to write. And I'm just not for like, I'm having a real hard time coming up with something else that Snyder wrote that I just did not like. And I can't.
Justice League.
That was okay.
Oh, okay.
Not the greatest.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it, though. But I thought it was okay. Everybody else on the face of the planet hated it.
I mean, I can't say I necessarily hated it either. I disliked it more than I liked it, but there was some good stuff in it, too.
Yeah. And I don't know. I'm just, like I said, not seeing really much of anything that happens that matters. Nothing carries any fucking weight. And the art is the usual team, which I don't enjoy the colors on, nor the general appearance of most things, faces especially. Batman squaring off against a squad of Robin Jaegers should be cool as hell, and it isn't. So remember when I gave that last book 3.75 out of 10?
Of Absolute Batman?
No, Action Comics. I
Oh,
gave it
okay.
3.75 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so I didn't enjoy any of this art. This is a 3 out of 10.
Shit.
I don't fucking get it, man.
Yeah. That's honestly
Scott
shame.
Snyder teaches people how to read, and I cannot stress enough that if you are into writing comics and you want to learn how to do it, sign up for his fucking class. Obviously, I'm not a paid sponsor. The guy knows how to teach and he knows how to write.
Yeah.
He knows how to put a story together. He just can't help himself from this kind of shit sometimes. And unfortunately, I think this time the stitches are just way too loose to hold it together. But ultimately, yeah, he knows what he's doing. This is the first flub I can think of that I've really just disliked.
Fair enough.
That's unfortunate, man. It's fucking 20 issues in. This is almost 2 years I've been complaining about Scott Snyder. It makes me feel wrong.
So remember, it was like, what was it you didn't? I know it was the art. What else was it you didn't? You said there was something about just stuff happening.
Yeah. It's just that, like, there are little tiny cool pieces that get thrown into the book, like called Prince of Crime. But then we have Batman's body being changed forever through the Bane enhancements, but then it goes back to normal as soon as that story's done.
Well, no, they explained that it was burned out of his system.
But they put metal shit into him.
When did they put
You
metal
can't
shit
burn.
in?
I mean, go back and look. Like, they fucking straight up like put fucking all kinds of shit into him.
What the fuck are you talking about?
They enhanced Batman, and it fucking.
What? Do you remember what issues those were?
Oh yeah, right, dude. 20 issues ago. Nope. No. I'm about to the point where how do you know that name is the only thing that I remember about that fucking movie.
So I remember they put the serum into his body. I don't remember any metal stuff.
Like, I remember him being like flayed open and his back and shit, and like putting it looked like they would put rods into him and stuff.
Actually, so I'd see the surgery scars, but I didn't see the surgery.
It's around there somewhere. But then there's just nothing seems to string together, or like there's nothing that makes me want to keep reading it. And there just never has been. Nothing's been like, okay, so I'm like, okay, the way that you're approaching this book, like, we're reading this anyway, right? So you're enjoying it. But is this a book that you would spend $6 a fucking month on?
I mean, personally, yes, but only because I eat this shit up.
Well, to each their own, man. It's made for somebody. I guess that's you.
Yeah, I just went through issue 10, and like, so they had what looked like surgery scars, but it was all just green. I still haven't seen an actual surgery.
It's around in there somewhere, my guy.
There's arms.
All right, man. I guess if or wait, no, you haven't given your score yet, have you?
No, I haven't gone into it yet because I'm still trying to find something I've forgotten, apparently. But I'll look for it after. Not a big deal.
You're gonna make me look for shit.
Yeah, because I think I'm already at the part where he's escaping from prison and it hasn't happened yet.
We saw the surgery. We saw like the things that they were doing to him. Was it maybe a flashback after?
Maybe it was like a dream sequence or a figment of someone's imagination, and it wasn't actually happening. Because he's already out of the prison at this point, and I haven't seen any surgery unless I just missed it. But like, I'm pretty sure I didn't. He was just pumped full of venom.
I'm gonna have to go digging through it.
Yeah. Okay, but anyway,
misremember that.
This,
but in any case, yeah, man.
Yeah, this it has kind of lost the plot a little bit. I think it's kind of just the Scott Snyder's having cool moments. He's aura farming, as the kids call it.
Well, yeah, that's all it is. Little tiny cool things, and,
Yeah.
and a bunch of.
But there is like one thing in this issue that really caught me, and it's like remembering something of a certain piece of media or movie that had a similar tone to it. I don't quite remember what it is, but I remember the feeling I had when it happened. The moments of Bruce in the prison talking to Joe Chill, talking to the Scarecrow, realizing things are a lot worse than he ever thought possible. Conspiracies with his dad, being assassinated, not just a random killing. The Scarecrow, whatever this thing is a lot darker than he ever thought possible. The Joker is here and taking over the city. There's very little he can do about it. His friends have abandoned him. His mother's gone. Jim Gordon's gone. And he's more alone than he ever has been before. And things are just like emotionally scarring at him. And he just flies out to be alone and try to clear his head. And then gets attacked by fucking giant robots. Like, holy shit. Is that moment there, in that moment where he's just gliding and it's silence and it's just like, this is the one moment of peace he needs to like try and piece things together, and he gets fucking blasted out of the sky. I don't remember where I've seen something like that before, but it gave me the same feeling of just like, holy shit, okay, that is fucked. And I felt for the character in that moment. That specific part I really enjoyed. How they've played out the Robins so far, I like it. I think it's really cool. I'm excited to see what's going to come with the Robin program and those five Robins and what they will actually do.
Yeah.
And if they will have a
I
change
hope
of
it's
heart.
cool.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, if they'll see the error of their ways and maybe see that Batman is not the bad guy that everyone's saying he is, and what the Scarecrow is. This version of the Scarecrow is maybe my favorite version of the villain so far because it's just crazy. There's been some wild takes on Scarecrow, some really interesting versions, and I don't think there's been a bad one personally.
I don't like this at all.
What don't you like about it?
What's his fucking power set? What does this guy have to do with Scarecrow, like, at all?
Well, that's the mystery.
He attracts crows. He can control people and make planes fall out of the sky.
Well, it's not.
Is he fucking Scarecrow or is he Mr. Mixie?
Okay, so we don't know for sure that he can control people. It's not that he can just snap his fingers and planes fall out of the sky. It's that
that's exactly what happened.
Hang on. It's not that he's controlling the plane. He maybe was controlling the pilot. Right? He clearly has some kind of reality warping ability when it comes to like the human mind. That is the part that really fucks with me. And it could be he's amping up a fear in someone's head. The thing is, we don't really know what his power set is in full yet. He's still as much of a mystery as much as we've seen him, because
at
there's
best
still,
he's like a mind control guy, though.
I'm not even going to say at best, but that's a possibility, right? At best, like he induces fear, and through some mental prowess, some telekinetic or whatever, and that fear causes people to do the worst possible thing they could think of, or even kill themselves, kind of deal, right? So maybe there's still some fear involved in this power set, but that's just speculation on my part. We still don't know. He's only been in 2 issues, and he's mostly just talked. We don't really know what the extent of his abilities are yet. So I'm going to give it at least the story arc before I pass complete judgment on him, to see just what the extent of this character really is. But what I've seen so far is interesting because it's kind of terrifying. And seemingly can just teleport in and out through shadow, which I thought was interesting too. He just appeared and disappeared in that jail cell. Is he a ghost? Is he some mystical force? Is he on par with the Joker, who apparently can turn into a dinosaur-like thing It's fucking wild. This
That does
takes
laugh.
every Batman character and amps it up to 11, and it's not going to be for everybody. And I completely get that. And in certain aspects, it's not for me either. Taking every single character and amping them up to 11 shouldn't necessarily work all the time. And for that matter, Josh is right. Like it's a lot of cool moments, not a lot of substance. Its plot is very loose and it's kind of just throwing things at the wall and seeing what happens. With just also throwing shit at Bruce, putting him through the ringer, and saying, how broken can I make this guy mentally before he just becomes the normal Bruce Wayne, you know? And so for that, it's hit and miss. Like, I personally like it because I eat that shit up, like I said. But I also understand why people wouldn't like it. So for me personally, it's getting a 6.5. 6.5. I'll say 7. Because I really like the cool moments in it, but I do need a bit more substance in the story. That's the thing. So I do enjoy it. I just need more. So yeah,
as far as the Robins go, I wouldn't say that they're going to see the error of their ways or align themselves with Batman.
Yeah,
but I think 1 or 2 might.
Yeah, it's possible.
And
I mean,
cause
Dick
a major conflict.
Yeah. We haven't seen much of them as it is. We've seen more of Dick than anything. And when we saw Dick initially, he was basically like the Titans TV show saying fuck Batman. He just did not like the guy at all based off what the news was telling him. Jason is ready to shoot first and ask questions never. Tim is full on tactical prowess, and it was at Stephanie and Duke. Is it?
Yes.
Are kind of, we haven't really seen much of them at all. They're kind of just fighters. They're on motorcycles, they're chasing people down. We haven't really got a hint on their personalities at all yet. So if anybody, based off what we saw in that brief fight sequence, could have a change of heart in a way, it could be Dick. But even then, like I said, first time we saw him, he just did not care for Batman whatsoever. So who the fuck knows? It could be anybody, or it could be nobody.
Bring in my C tier favorites into the storyline and see if you can't make it a little bit better.
Who were your C tier favorites? Condiment King.
But who everybody considers the C tier. I mean, you've got Batman, right? Batman and Nightwing. Yeah. Underneath that, you've got all the rest of the fucking Robins.
Okay, I guess if you want to call them B tier, sure.
and there are way more people that are a fan of Nightwing than there are a fan of all the other Robins.
Yeah, understandably so, though.
All right, and then underneath, and with the Robins is Barbara Gordon.
Okay.
All right, and Stephanie Brown.
Right.
I don't think Cassandra Cain has as many fans as Stephanie Brown does.
I would argue that.
You would? Because that would make me feel better.
Yeah, like, I mean,
I love
considering
Cassandra
right
Cain.
now Cassandra Cain has her own ongoing and it's still going, she's garnering more fans. Stephanie definitely has her fans, but I would argue that because of Cassandra Cain, who she is, not only being a POC, so there's some representation there, but also the fact that she has her current ongoing and is maybe more interesting as of a character than Stephanie is, definitely has more fans, I would say.
All right, good.
Yeah.
So then Robins and Batgirls are the B tiers, right? That Batman and Nightwing is A. Mm-hmm. And then everybody else is C tier.
Like Azrael, Duke.
Like Azrael, Batwing. Duke, Jace, Batwing, fucking Harper, Alice, the Gotham Girl, the whole fucking shebang.
No, I need to fix that. Okay, so yeah, Azrael, Batwing, Gotham Girl, sure, C tier. Harper is D tier, but I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry.
Fuck you. There is no D tier. Fuck you.
Harper's unique. She's in the lowest class possible.
There is
I
no
like
D tier.
Harper. I like Harper.
And you put Gotham Girl below fucking Bluebird?
No, Gotham Girl above Bluebird.
I was asking why can't you put Gotham Girl below Bluebird?
Because at least Gotham Girl has potential.
Ow! Oh, good God. That was another fucking Tom King. Why'd you do that? Gonna name my hero cool, Gotham.
But there's only so much I think that can be done with her. And even the stories that were done with her were kind of just like, it happened.
Yeah. Like there was no reason for them to even have happened.
Yeah. Like I think
Gotham
Harper's
Girl
really
was
cool
just the sister
I just feel
of
like
a hero named
weird.
Gotham.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Well, Gotham was definitely stupid.
Yeah.
But what happened with Gotham Girl down the line was a lot more interesting, I thought. You had a mentally broken character that was super powered and needed to find help somehow, but didn't know how to do it. And just like that whole aspect for me was very interesting.
I mean, that is pretty much the only part of it that I enjoyed. The thing is though, I don't think they did it well.
I mean, there's only so many ways to do it.
I suppose.
Yeah.
And we need to do cloning of ourselves, so there's somebody that has the energy for y'all to do the millions of other show ideas that we've got, like revisiting old comic stories like this.
Yeah. I have been able to potentially carve some time out to get started on YouTube videos, so we can get that going very soon.
Whoa. That's a lot to keep up with, man.
Yeah. I'm determined.
Well, all right then. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm sure anybody else listening to us will be too.
Yeah.
But I guess that's the end of the reviews and summaries, or summaries and reviews. And it takes us to our top 3 and favorite moment. I have mine ready to go.
Go for it.
Mine are, let me go ahead and hide that for just a second and show this. That there's my favorite moment. I'm just really going to pull that out. This is so ridiculously gorgeous.
Yeah.
This is the Fury. That's the Fury. That's the Firestorm without the people.
Yeah.
And it is just amazing. Absolutely freaking amazing. And then the rest of it, my top 3 goes. Number 3 is the Fury of Firestorm. Number 2, I've said that too many times in a row, and now I'm having a hard time getting that up. Green Lantern Corps 16, and for number 1, Emperor Aquaman number 17. Oh, those books were great from my point of view.
You know what's gonna
Rob has the right to be more critical of Green Lantern.
Yeah, what's gonna blow your mind right now is Absolute Martian Manhunter scored higher than Aquaman and GLC for me this week, and only scored slightly higher than my bottom 2 books. That blows my mind. I'm looking at my scores right now, and yeah, everything's kind of in the same range. It's really weird.
How did this happen?
It's anywhere from 7 to 8.75. And the fact that you had 1 or 2 books over 9,
right?
That's fucking wild. Your scoring was like opposite ends of the spectrum. Mine was just like, these were all books this week, except for Firestorm. That was my number 1. My number 3.
You know what? I started looking at it like, and maybe this is the wrong way.
Okay.
But okay, for example, let's use absolute Scarecrow. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
He gets introduced last month.
Yeah.
We see him again this month.
Yeah.
And we find out everything about him in another 2 or 3 issues.
Potentially. We'll have to see, but yeah, it's possible.
Possible, right? Not guaranteed, but possible.
Yeah.
So let's just cap it at those issues. All right. So we've got the introduction of this character.
Right.
Now, if there's not much that's going on in this book that's really interesting, other than, whoa, who is this new Scarecrow guy? Is that a gotcha box that you are willing to spend $30 on to find out? Because that's what it's going to take you. 5 issues is going to cost you $30. Is that
that's
worth it to find out who that Scarecrow character is?
Maybe a
misnomer, or if you're going to find it interesting.
Because it's not the only thing that's happening in these books.
Well, I know, but there's also not much else that's happening that's like interesting though. Well, there's the Joker monster that's coming around, which is going to result in a big Batman versus Joker battle royale where Batman beats the Joker down, and he's going to have the help of the 2 Robin bots that he reluctantly allows to join him.
I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna pin it in our chat, and I'm gonna see if you're true. Because so we have the advent of the Joker potentially popping up, but I don't even think that's gonna happen anytime soon. Yeah.
No, that's all this shit. Everything has been dragged out like a long time.
You have the Robins going on. You have Batman, Bruce dealing with the mystery surrounding his father's death. You have the Court of Owls popping up. You have mysteries going on with his mother. You have obviously the Scarecrow. You have Waylon trying to retake his humanity and bring all of their friends back. You have his friends going to the dark side and taking their bows away from the light and closer to the evil side of Gotham City. So there's a lot more going on than just the Scarecrow.
Yeah, but are you reading it to find out whether or not the Penguin is actually going to eat somebody?
Hell yeah.
Because I mean, I'm not. It's Scott Snyder. I full on expected. Like, if I'm turning the page and it was like he passes on eating a dude, I'd be surprised. There's just it feels like everything is rather predictable.
Well, this Oswald definitely doesn't feel like a cannibal. Like the other Oswalds, for sure. Like Danny DeVito's Oswald, definitely. This Oswald, I'm not so sure. I think he's just like a broken man.
Doesn't he say he wants to eat somebody in it?
Oh my god, you make me do this a lot. Go back and check shit. It's not how I remember it, but I'll see. Hang on. Where is it? Where is...
I don't know. I already closed my damn stuff down. I remember the panel is down on the bottom of the page.
No, he said nothing about eating somebody. He says, it's fucking 10 o'clock. Tell DJ Tundra to blast it. Crank up the dry ice. Fine, let's go to Cosmos then, if that's the fucking place to be. Get my dancing shoes with the bright, shiny gold ones, and get the C4. That's all he said.
Yeah, I'm going to get the C4.
Yeah.
I guess he just looks like he'd eat somebody.
Yeah, he looks like it, but I really don't get the vibe that he would want to.
Oh.
Yeah. Like
still wouldn't be surprised if it happened.
Yeah. The Edward Nygma in this is also quite interesting to me. I'm a little iffy about Nygma because where the hell did he get this technology? And why does he have such a random fucking suit? But his personality is something that is really intriguing me because despite Harvey and Oswald just straight up hating Bruce for what happened, he sees it as a liberation and he doesn't hate Bruce. He's not necessarily taking Bruce aside still, but he is okay with what's happened to him. No, Edward.
Oh, no, I don't believe that at all. I think Edward still harbors bad feelings. I think he feels bad for Bruce.
Well,
I definitely think that he feels bad for Bruce, but I think he feels worse for himself, and then their friends, and then Bruce. I think that's the hierarchy of that by far. And I think he's like, he's stuck, he's attached to those cables, or else he could, that we saw that, right? Because he pulled his eyes out and shit, and he's got to stay connected to that fucking computer forever. We're not going to get a bunch of anything, I don't think, out of these guys, except future villains.
Oh, hang the fuck! I think I found what you were looking for.
Hold on, I gotta blow that up.
That's what you were talking about?
I can't really see it, but yeah.
Cut open? That's Bane.
Maybe.
Not Bruce.
Okay. You're going through it.
Huh? No, I'm looking for like the Edward stuff, and I don't remember where it was.
But like, he pulled his eyes out and stuff, and he had to be connected to the stuff. He had to connect himself to the computer because he was losing his intelligence, remember?
Something like that. But I also remember dialogue when Bruce found them, of Edward just saying, like, I don't blame you for this shit or whatever. But now I can't fucking find it. What issue did he find them in?
No, I mean, ultimately, an alternative point of view could see Riddler becoming absolute Batman's Oracle, but he's got Pennyworth for that. I think the remainder of them are going to be villains. I hope Wayland makes it out of the Joker thing, but I don't think that he's going to. I definitely think that at least two of the Robin bots are going to... What do we want to call them? Do we want to call them Robin bots? Or do we need a cooler name for them? Rabiniums?
Rabiniums. Okay, so yeah, I found what I was like thinking about is, yeah, it's not necessarily that he hates Bruce or that he doesn't despise Bruce, but like he is okay with what happened to him. He says he didn't hurt me at all. He helped me. He was challenging me to become something more. So he's like relatively okay with his
predicament. Well, yeah, the little bit of psychosis going on there, homie.
Yeah,
because he pulled out pieces of his brain, and he was becoming dumber, and he had to hook himself up to that computer, and now he can see more, but he's not as smart as he was before the operation, and they reminded us of that this issue.
Yeah. Whereas Oswald and Harvey just straight up despise Bruce for what happened to them because but Edward is. But that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm thinking.
Enigma was fucking weird from the get-go, though.
He was.
He was
like, now he's just weirder. Like the current Enigma with the weird ass Riddler suit could potentially be an ally to Bruce again, and maybe with Wayland because he looked like he was getting buddy with Wayland again, and they're gonna try and save their friends. But that's gonna be a tough pull because both of them look like they turned to a full-on life of crime, which I thought is really weird. That's one aspect I didn't like, and that's why it
that's what happens in Gotham. God damn it! It's a rule, Rob.
No, I get
it's a rule.
They could turn to a life of crime, but then you had Oswald. Like all of a sudden, he's a nightclub owner. Was he a nightclub owner before? I don't remember.
Yes,
like he's a full-on mob boss. That was fast. That was really fucking.
He had a bunch of connections. He owned a nightclub and was a major promoter and had like connections and shit. So I mean, I imagine it wouldn't take much for him to, if he's gonna go violent, to start up his own little army.
That's fair. But anyway, my top three. Number 3, I'll put GLC. At number 2, I have Absolute Martian Manhunter, with my number 1 being Firestorm. My favorite moments, I think I'm going to give it to the last couple of pages of Supergirl this week because they kind of blew my mind. I'm speaking as somebody that's not brushed up on the Supergirl history. So if it's something that's been done before, I don't know. So for me, it was kind of mind blowing. And emotionally, I could see what was going on with the pages with those two characters, with Kara and Lesla, and I thought it was really cool. It got me really excited for the next issue.
All right, now you've got me really fucking curious.
Yeah. I had a feeling I would. I just hope I'm not like blowing up too much. I don't want you to get your like excitement up, and then when you get to it, it's just like, oh, this is kind of okay. So don't like go in with a grain of salt. Still, obviously.
I mean, as
me,
I always do. I know if I'm gonna pick something up, I'm gonna either like it or I'm not.
Yeah.
I never don't have just like not a feeling about it. Like if I don't enjoy something and it's just like, to me, that's a negative opinion. But that's just from me.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I'm all fucking tizzy and weird.
Favorite cover.
Right. Favorite cover it is. All right. I actually threw in the honorable mention covers this week as well, just for shits and giggles, but we don't have to pick those. We have whoops, I don't know why I did that.
I do really like Green Lantern Corps this week, but I also really like Absolute Martian Manhunter and the Fury of Firestorm.
There we go. Yeah. Green Lantern
kind of just
Green Lantern Corps is cool. I love Aquaman because of the reflections of Manta's lenses.
That's fair.
However, the fact that everything about it is completely misleading pisses me off.
Yeah,
he's barely in the issue, and he's definitely not hunting anybody yet.
No.
Fury of Firestorm just looks dope as shit. Yeah, I absolutely think it looks amazing, man.
And it's loosely, not even loosely, it is kind of connecting to what's in the issue, because we do go over the anatomy of a nuclear man mentally.
Mm-hmm. The Vitruvian man.
Yeah.
And then we've got Superman in Action Comics, which to me is just way too overly busy with like way too much shit plastered over top of the art.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Like normally I'd like that cover, but it's just kind of like plain at the same time.
Yep.
Yeah. This one I like because it also kind of has to do with the issue as well. It's the internal mental struggle in John's mind between the Martian and Despair the Zero.
Yeah, and I obviously did not read the book.
Yeah.
But just by looking at the cover, I could tell what the fuck was going on in the book. And that is impressive.
Yeah.
That's what a cover should do. Entice, but also, give you an idea.
Yeah.
We got Absolute Batman with the Batman versus the Robin Yeagers.
Which I feel like this probably would be better suited for next month's cover, considering how the issue ended with basically the cover. Complete with the bat axe coming out and everything.
It's funny. We've got Supergirl.
Yeah. Which has to do with what's in the issue, but it's I don't like the black background on this.
Pulling away from it. It's not bothering me too much, and I fucking love the coloring.
Yeah. The coloring is good because you get a distinct sense of the difference between Black Flame and Supergirl.
Whoa, skipped one. We've got Bleeding Hearts, and this one reminds me of, oh god damn it, I just forgot what his name is. Is it Bill Headley? What the hell is his name? It's Bill something. That's in all of the Rob Zombie movies, the dude with the long white hair.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
that's all I can see when I see this guy, and it's creepy indeed. This is a good book, though. And then we've got Barbara Gordon Breakout, which for somebody going into jail, she looks a little too goddamn happy.
Yeah. To me, this is like, it's a good looking cover, but it's kind of just generic. The Barbara Gordon one.
Very, very much so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's really no reason to put the bat symbol in Gordon.
No.
Just saying. So where are we at, Rob? Which one do you think, man?
But going through them again, I'm cutting Firestorm because it is really cool, but the other two that are on my list stylistically have more to it for me. I think I'm going to give it to Green Lantern Corps, though, slightly over Martian Manhunter, simply because despite the black background of Supergirl kind of detracting from the image for me, for this one, it adds to the image because of the abundance of light that's going on in Aya, and also the fact that this is a good person being corrupted by an evil influence. So a black background kind of lends to it in a way. I don't like the Behold the Manhunter Queen at the bottom, but the rest is nice.
I am in complete agreement with you. This is by far my favorite. It shows everything that's happening. It's done well. It makes use of the empty space and the fucking transitional shit that's goo and electronics from the Manhunters coming out of it. It just fucking looks awesome, man. It's really good.
Yeah.
So that's my favorite cover this week as well. We're gonna share it. How do you think about that?
I'm more than okay with it. Which also, I don't know why this
Very
reminded,
well.
but it reminded me of something I wanted to bring up to you guys at some point this week, and I kept forgetting. Where the hell is Dan Garrett?
Shit. I left him at Walmart.
You better go fucking get him. People are gonna know he's Silver Scarab. I just popped into my head at some point this week. Wait, Dan, I think it was yesterday when we were talking about like team ups we're surprised hasn't happened yet. And I think Brandon mentioned a Blue Beetle team up with somebody else, and it just reminded me that Dan Garrett popped up during Starbreaker Supremacy, was there for the duration of the story, and then up and disappeared after that. He was never seen again, never said where he went. Has a new hero persona, is alive, which I think is a pretty big deal. Why would they just leave him behind?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think
it's just a dropped storyline.
That's annoying.
Fucking A. Fucking A. And you know what, man? Beetles just get shit on, and I don't know why. Booster Gold and Beetle books sometimes get really shit on. The Silver Sable thing, Jaime can't keep a book alive to save his fucking life. It's ridiculous because they're always good and fun books.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're just downright damn good books, and they always end up getting yanked because nobody wants to read a Beetle book. And they're Beetle dummies. Beetle boneheads.
Ain't no Beetleborgs. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to point that out. I think it's egregious that Dan Garrett's kind of just been left behind again. Yeah, but that's it for me.
Well, all right, then I guess that's it for both of us then, my kind, fair-weathered friend. That is the show then as well. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We appreciate it. We're getting out of here, so you'll have to as well. All the doors are barred and the windows are sealed, so figure it out your goddamn self. Be careful out there, though, and remember, in the Geek Matrix, everybody has a home. In the Geek Matrix, you are not alone.
Peace.